underestimate the amount of time it would take me to move 2 cars, get my tripod, and get some water. So, I'm currently in the lockup of jingly dangly things, and in a moment I'm going to relocate myself down to the Caravan of new location. Oh yes, what do you think of that, eh? Is it real? Well, yes, it is actually. Just oh gosh, I've only got one person here anyway. Might as well come back later on, hadn't I? I'm sorry about that. Just pop that down there for a second. Fill in the cup of water. Keys ready, because I am going down there, because obviously next door there is the radio on, which of course you can't hear that. You're not allowed to hear it. At least from the point of view of my channel's concerned, what I really don't want is suddenly to find myself with some sort of strike. So bear with me just 1 second. I am moving as quickly as I can, but I can't start a live stream off without the obligatory cup of tea. That would be nonsense, wouldn't it? So back up again. Quickly. Oh, just does something I didn't want to stand on then. Make sure I've got my key on me, because I should lock this up, obviously, for security reasons. Reasons of security, of which we're all aware of, need to be taken seriously. So, can you? I'm trying to go over the top of the music next door just in case. I've got to take no chances whatsoever with this. And the dangly key of unlocking us is in my hand, so we're safe and we're ready to walk. Yes, walk. Not for long, just for a moment. Just for a moment. Round the back. Pity you can't see what's going on actually. But, as you're all aware, it is now night time. Nighttime must be taken seriously. If I turn this around here, hang on, what's going on there? Yeah, we've got some sort of delay on the go. There we go, we can see the Caravan lights. And that is where I am going right now. Yee, at last, here we are. Bung you on the tripod. And adjust you accordingly. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the very first live with mustard from the Caravan of a new location. Some of you that may have been, well, some of you that may be on my Facebook page will have seen the Freelander and the Caravan behind it. Well, it's now dark and the Caravan is now in place. Hooray! I am very happy about that. Very happy indeed. Oh, I forgot his number plate. Right, let's do some sitting down ever so slightly on my side of the crumbly wall. Well, thank you very much for joining me on this particular live stream that obviously wasn't entirely expecting. I've not left the unit yet, says Chop's Garage. I've just got something horribly mucky on me, but it's not poo because it's too dark for that. First of all, I wanted to thank you for whoever it was that joined me yesterday on the impromptu live stream on the A1M that I did, because I genuinely, if you remember, I genuinely was getting to that point where struggling to stay awake, and doing a live stream really helped because I had to just keep on babbling on that was enough to keep me going. I mean, in theory, I suppose you could say, well, couldn't you pretend he was doing a live stream and just do that and leave us all alone? But I didn't think of that. And I consider all of you people to be my friends, so, you know, I was happy for you to come along with me. Now, let's see who is in the house caravan with me today. I reckon it's a few, and it is Barry Shitpeas. I won't do the song because you need two of you for that. And Name Me -1, who says, hi. Hello, Name Me -1. And Steekhulg is here. Hello. Aaron Gill. Well, hello. Aaron's not regular to the live streams because he's a busy chap, and it's very good to see you here. Thank you very much. Luke, A up. What you need is some Moses in this weather. You are right, actually. I've just had a lentil curry that I made a few days back, and I say just had it. Yeah, only just had it. That's the first I've eaten all day, which isn't particularly organised, is it? But I came down here today and thought, right, today's the day I'm going to move this caravan, even if I don't want to do. And I didn't want to, but I did it anyway, which proves the point, doesn't it? I can actually do something even if I don't want to, and I didn't want to, and I did it. So there we go. And there's a video going to be going out about that, because, believe it or not, it wasn't the easiest thing to do. No, it wasn't. Johnny Turner, come and join the live stream. That was a message from Johnny Turner, who's, if you notice the thumbnail on this live stream, I stole it off of him, and I told him, and I hope that you know why. So thank you. Where was I? Yes, the problem with this area here, of course, is that we've a nice flat bit that's kind of flat. It's quite wide, but turns out it's not wide enough. I mean, it is wide enough, but not wide enough to make the kind of manoeuvres necessary for tugging stuff around. And also the slope, the muddy slope, that turned out to be exceedingly challenging. But I'm not going to give it all away now, because there will be a video about it that will be okay. It'll be all right. I'm looking forward to editing it. But not before the video. I have to edit from yesterday, which, in all seriousness should be a very long one, but it's probably not, because I've got a habit of not filming very much when I'm with people. There's Chop's Garage. Bloody weather can't get outdone. Exactly. Although I did. I spent all day outside. In fact, although it's been raining quite a lot, I've had this fleece removed and down to the t-shirt because of struggling and doing manly things. Maybe the manly part wasn't struggling with it, but getting warm is. How you doing? Nice to have you here. Mighty Cat Mods, can't you see I'm having my dinner? No, I can't. I had no idea that you was having your dinner, Mighty Cat Mods, and I do apologise. Crack on with it. Come back afterwards. What are you having? What are you having? Let me guess. No, I can't guess. I'd have to say something that I'd eat, and you might not like that kind of thing. But I'm going to say samosas dipped in liquid cabbage. Okay, that's my guess. Barry Shitpeas, how you going, Chops? Yep. And he says that Windy Miller is here. Windy Miller, sup. I'll do sup now. Gosh, I fancy a beer for tonight. Last night I fancied some beer, but I got back late, and I'll tell you something about yesterday. I did spend an awful lot of time on the road. There was a bit of lunch and things like that, as I'm sure Boaty will have told you all about, because he does that kind of thing. But for me, driving from 4:30 in the morning. Was it 4:30? No, I got up at 4:30. From 5 until about 7 in the evening. Not too bad when you're in a car. Not nice if you do that in a van or a truck. But yeah, so, and that was after, and I'm going to admit this now, only 1 hour's sleep. Yeah, did I tell you about this in a live stream? I don't remember. Well, as much as I did my best to go to sleep the night before, I just couldn't manage it. I just couldn't actually get off and stay there. So all I could do was that thing where you lie down and then you go, bah! Like that. Do you ever do that? It's not nice, is it? It kind of frightens you, doesn't it? You just lie down, you do this, and hamsters like that. Anyway, right. So, greeting Paul of the internet, says Smashing Poodles. Oh yes. Anyone? Ah, right. Okay. There we go. That's Boaty messaging me there. And Boaty, I'm doing a live stream, so don't message me. It's simple as that. Don't message me. I can't. I'm not going to answer, am I? Yeah, Smashing Poodles. Well done. Thank you for joining me. Barry Shippies. All good that I'm inside and warm the miserable rain. Yes, the rain yesterday was amazing. It was torrential. The fords I had to drive through. I thought I was at one point going to end up in those situations where you do a hydro lock, but no, I'm a bit more careful. It's just a pity. I didn't actually record any of the weather, and I should have done, but I was too busy kind of not doing. Plus, PUS, Dino Dad. But what are you doing up? You should be in bed. Come on, Ross. Get to Bobo's. You'll be knackery nooner for tomorrow. Gaz on the trike. Felicitations. Felicitations to you and all from the danker part of Castleford. Oh, gosh. It's all going to be a bit danker at the moment, isn't it, though? Ups. Ah, yes, ups. Okay. Yeah. I get you. Justin George. Hello, Rover Guy. Hello, Justin George. I don't think I'm familiar with you. So let me introduce myself. I'm the Rover Guy you're speaking to at the moment. Welcome to my live stream. They call him Gary Shitpeas because that's his name. It actually says because it's his name. Ah, right. Afternoon, says Son of Jack. Thank you very much, Son of Jack. Welcome to my live stream, as everybody else is. I don't know if it's late or early. As I'm up, I'll say it's late. It is late for you. And you know it is, but I see with a couple of tankards of frothing ale there, maybe you're up for a long one. I don't know. Sometimes the opportunity for a long one is actually there, though, isn't it? I mean, you get to a point where it's so late, you might as well just stay up. And certainly, when I was in my early 20s, my friend Kev and I, we'd do all sorts of. We'd stay up late, we'd just chat all night, and it gets to the point where it's light again, and we were still up. And I've just had a message from Steve Berry. Steve Berry, join the live stream, why not? Yeah, and so then you just think, oh, I might as well carry on. And if you haven't got work the next day, we did do this a couple of times where we just try and do a proper 24-hour session. I'd never do that again. It was a terrible idea. Terrible. Truly terrible. And without the session, it's pointless. You know, without that part of it, you may as well just have some kip. If you want to carry on and have a lovely chat with your best mate, yeah, sure. But have a kip. Have a kip first. Even if it's just for an hour, it makes all the difference. And it did. The guy from SETI Alpha 5 is here, who's also known as Barry. Hello. Why does Bolty hate Fred the Shed? Well, he doesn't hate him. He just pretends to hate him. MG Rover people, stop messaging me and just join their live stream. Rover Joe, and get Hairy Snid. Come and just join the live stream. Come on, just join in with this instead. We're all here. Well, 30 of us are anyway. 30. 30. 16 likes, which isn't too bad actually so far. Samosas is a good shout. Aye. Yep, it's 4 a.m. It's a bit late, says Ross. Ross the dinosaur dad. Ross the dinosaur dad. Ross the dinosaur dad. Ross the dinosaur dad. And whatever else you want to do. So late it's early. Stephen Davies is here. Good evening. Good evening, Stephen Davies. I'm having all mince and chicken and egg V. says Chops Garage. Are you? Is that all you're having? Or are you having it all of it? Your whole packet of mince. Don't even bother cooking it. Just trough it down and top it off with some boiled eggs. I just put steak and gravy pie in the oven. Ooh, steak and gravy. What will I eat later? I wonder. All of the Christmas dinner stuff is pretty much gone. No, it hasn't. Actually, no. There's still. I did a nice big chunk. Oh, what for, Johnny Subaru? Join the live stream, Johnny Subaru, and find out. Okay, right. What was I saying? Yeah, a nice big chunk of smoked gammon left to go cold, and you can cut it really nice into thin slices, and it makes for good sandwiches. It's like, you buy cheap ham and expensive ham. And the expensive ham, you get about 5 slices for £2 or £2.50 or whatever you, and it's as good as that. So, but you get loads of it instead. Makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, I can see brake lights down there, and because I'm at the other end of the yard, I'm going to get ever so slightly disorientated when I see things outside, because from here I can actually see the road behind the lockup, and if the people in the houses really wanted to be looking out, they could watch the live stream live from the back of their house, because they could see through the windows of the caravan and see this hairy monster waffling away. How about that? Well, that's an option that they have, if only they knew about it. Braised steak, mash and mushy peas. I fancy that as well now. Normally at this time, what happens is I can start to smell the Chinese food going on from the chippy, and that really does kind of get me in the mood for something to eat. And it doesn't take much in the first place. But I can't hear because the door's closed. All right, yes. Okay, but now you're going to get me in the mood. So what should I have? What should I have later on? What should I make? If you suggest something I like, I might just make it. And I'll make it and I'll take a picture of it or what have you. If I had the time, I'd do more mustard in the kitchen things. I'll just show you how I do it, just in case you've got no idea yourself. But yeah, I'm going to go off my favourite suggestion of my favourites of the suggestions that you may well come up with this day right now before 6 o'clock. Okay, is that a good idea? Have you got a leak in the caravan? Oh, well, that's an interesting question, Barry Shitpeas, because so far it's been no. It's just that this is peeling off there. Are you looking at that there? It doesn't look like the thing is, this is a moist area, isn't it? And we're in the mud. But actually, so far there's been no leaks. But for the first time ever today, I have found a leak, but it's not from there. It's actually from up there in the sunroof. Typical sunroof seal thing, I guess. Just a tiny drip, just dripping down and causing a small puddle on the pretend grass down there. But it's gone now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, mushy peas. Could be on the card, says Gaz on Trike. Rain is crazy right now here and not keen on heading home. Oh, is it that bad? I would be. Oh, right. Name me -1. I'm off to the next 2 days if you need help with the caravan. Well, thank you very much, actually. I don't. That's very handy. But yeah, I don't now. No. It's in place. It's really where it's staying. It could have a tiny minor adjustment, but it's nothing I can't manage myself. I would say, a pretty good job to start with, and then it did become troublesome, and I got a bit of help from Senior Mustard, but that's only because he helped. He asked, he said, do you want any help with that? I said, yeah, actually, because his Land Rover's got 4-wheel drive. But I'm going to give away my video, aren't I, if I start doing this? Well, put it this way, I did nearly all of it. There was just one crucial point where mine, or ours, was stuck, and it couldn't really go anywhere. Anyway, there we go. So there, I don't want to spoil it. You spoil my video. If I tell you what happens in the video, you won't want to watch it, will you? And that would be good. Windy Miller. I'm not going outside because it's dark and -18. Where have you gone on holiday again? Have it to -18? Have you gone to Finland? Have a good evening, folks, says Smashing Poodles. Where are you going? Yeah, all right, see you later. Stevie Window, Windy Miller. Does Steve Berry write long text messages, or is he very concise in written form? Good question. That is a very good question, actually, because if you was to ever meet Mr. Berry, you would discover that he does talk like an awful lot. You know, he's like an incredible amount. He can just he'd be good at live streams because he could just set off talking and just not stop. He probably wouldn't read any comments out though. That's the thing. And for anyone that likes to have comments read out, they might think, oh, well, that's not very good, is it? But no, in text form, actually, it's very, very short, I will say. Yeah, usually just 5 or 6 words. That answers the question pretty well, doesn't it? Yep. Tony's here. Good evening, Mustard. Just got home. What have I missed? Happy New Year to everyone. I don't know what you've missed, Tony. You've in this particular live stream, you've missed me talk about what I've done today and what still needs doing tomorrow, and that is quite a bit. So, what day is it today? What day is it today? Oh, it's Wednesday, isn't it? Is it Wednesday? Honestly, I'm so confused by days at the moment. That's what New Year, that's what Christmas does for you. I was convinced it was Monday today. I don't know why, but I just was. I was just thinking about I've got to go and pay the landlord loads and loads of rent because I haven't seen him for weeks. He wasn't around at New Year, he wasn't around at Christmas. The last time I did see him, I didn't have quite enough money on me, and I said, I'll give you this amount now, and then the rest of it afterwards is, I'll just catch up at the end of the week. So I didn't, because I didn't see him. That means that now I'm in a situation where I've got to go to him and say, yeah, last week I didn't see you, did I? He'll go, no, 3 weeks back I didn't see you. Oh, I thought it was just 1 week. Not really going to do that. So, yeah, I've got some explaining to do, haven't I? But there we go. He'll be really pleased to see that there's still loads of cars in the yard. Box fresh. I'm here. Do I like an egg sandwich? Yes, you do. I think you live there. You'll think right. You'll think you live there. They'll think you live. Who thinks? They'll think you live there. What, here? Yeah, it does look that way sometimes, doesn't it? Dave Smith is here. Hello, Dave Smith. The Dave Smith that every time he turns up and says hello. That's Dave Smith. He's turned up to say hello, and hello to you. Chinese mushroom omelette and chips. Is that a suggestion? Well, that's quite a good suggestion, actually. Chips and curry sauce from the Chinese, says Dino Dad. Well, there's a particular Chinese chippy nearer where I live that's really good. They do chips that they're not crunchy and they're not soggy, and they're cooked in the kind of really bad for you kind of oil or something that just makes them taste really nice. And the gravy and the curry, it's just spot on. You don't really need to bother with the Chinese food. You just have their gravy. I'm flooded out, says Dave Smith. Had to come to the pub. Oh, had to canoe to the pub. Oh gosh, didn't know anybody went to the pub these days. Well, very good. I'd like to go to the pub one day. Sounds great. It looks like the ocean is claiming back the UK. It does. It does look like that in many a place, doesn't it? We'll watch the video even if we had already seen it. Lol says, name me. Well, that's very good of you. Thank you. Box Fresh. Are you going to attend the Rustival, the event Hub Not Furious Driving, etc., are putting on? The etc. is iDriver Classic. And, well, I haven't looked at the details yet. Oh, gosh, somebody's giving me some money. Oh, gosh, you know what that means. It means that just for a second I wander off whilst I do a song. How lovely of you. Now I can't remember who that is now, just looking at that little icon there. Greg Anderson. Oh, Greg Anderson, thank you very much. What a chap. Gosh, you're generous. All right, okay, I reckon that's Rover Joe. Rover Joe's sending messages talking about his welding jobs. And of course, I'm not there to answer his messages. So, you know, come on, realise something. Rover Joe, come to the live stream. Yeah, thank you very much, Greg. That's so lovely of you. I could catch up with these comments, or I could just say what I'm thinking next, and that is getting back to yesterday morning's live stream. I need to actually have a look over that and see who was there and who left comments and what things you said, because I haven't done. I haven't had a chance to do, but I'm very interested now. That's fantastic, actually, because you know when you watch a live stream, the comments are part of it. But if you're there, you read them as you go along, and if you're conducting your own live stream, you're reading them as you go along. But I was neither there or here, was I? I was somewhere else, which makes it a rather unusual situation, really. So I think I'm going to go over and watch that at some point later on. Oh yeah, so the Rustival. I don't know at the moment. I don't know where it is. I know you have to pay to get in, and I don't know what time it is or any of the other details. So I'm not sure. But not forgetting that, you know, I'm here in this yard every day for a reason, and that is that unless I'm here, I've got absolutely no chance of actually making. Not going to stop me. Just come to the live stream, Joe. I best turn that down, actually, don't I? Otherwise, anyone listening on headphones is going to be rather irritated by that. What was I saying? Yeah, so I don't know what I will be doing. I do like to make a bit of room for going to car shows and stuff like that, but, you know, as I said, I have to prioritise sometimes and say, no, I've got this to do. I've got this to do. So I'll find out. Finland was a good guess. I'm in Estonia. Oh, yeah, because it's quite close, isn't it? Harry Sneed is here. Harry Sneed is here. Hey, I must have heard the thing that I was going on about the Rover mods chat through. Ah, right. Right, I want to read that out. But anyway, Harry Sneed. Good afternoon, Captain. I've got some behind the scenes footage of Mr. Berry when we filmed the Top Gear Escortosis episode. Oh, have you? Really? Have you? How did you get hold of that then? Anyway, good to have you here with me. And I just noticed that the pinging is still going on because I pressed the wrong thing, haven't I? So sorry about that. Spilling tea. What do you expect? Bad Books is here. Bad Books. Evening all. Greg Anderson. Happy New Year, everyone, from Greg Anderson. And Luke, have you any luck getting Fred started? Asks Luke. And then Greg Anderson's donation of £20, which is absolutely fantastic. I really do appreciate that very, very much. It all helps. It will help me a great deal, in fact. And to answer that question with Fred the Shed, no, I haven't. Didn't I do a video on it yesterday? It was the day before. Right, yeah. As I've said before, the thing is, like, I'll do one job on a car one day, and I'll come back to it maybe a week later because there are a whole load of other things. Every single car that you see in this yard needs some attention, needs something, even if it's just a wash or the putting around the back so the battery can be charged. That's really it. At the moment, flat batteries are becoming a bit of an issue because they can only charge one at once, and it doesn't take that long, especially if the batteries are ever so slightly weak, for them to be not able to start the car any longer. Roberto Diagis. Oh, right, okay, don't know this name either. Ever thought of fitting an electric mix, an eclectic mix of wheel trims to Nigel? No, I haven't. No, I have not. Or mix and match the alloys. No, it works with a set of matching alloys. Otherwise, it wouldn't look right. And I used to say this with a bit kind of thinking, well, people are going to be having a laugh thinking I'm joking, but actually I'm serious. I like the way the car looks. I don't, I don't want it to look like a joke. I want it to look like something fun and different and interesting. And I believe that's what it is. It doesn't look like a joke. It might do to you, or it might do to some other people, and I don't mind. I don't mind as long as it serves some sort of purpose. But I can honestly say that the way I have that car now, when it's nice and clean and everything, I find it eye-catching in a nice way rather than in a nasty way. So, no, I haven't. Barry Ship Peas, how's the progress on the Freelander going? No more from the video from today, because the video that I posted last night, which went very, very well with views. I was really excited by that. 48 watch hours in an hour. That's the best one so far. 2 days worth of people watching my video in 60 minutes. I was really, really surprised by that. That's definitely going in the right direction, as are many of the other videos. But you know, the cars aren't necessarily. Oh, look, I can see a light going on outside again. I never get away from lights going on here. So no, there's been nothing else. The only thing, it has been used today for lugging the caravan around. And I will say it's been starting a bit easier, but gosh, it stinks. Oh, I really do need to find the time to investigate the smokiness, because right, I didn't want to start to begin with because the battery wasn't quite up to it, so I put the old top dome thingy on it and it did start, and luckily it started every time after that for the rest of the day, which is good, because whilst you're trying to hook it up to a caravan, you don't really want the engine running anyway. And when it's chuffing out loads and loads of smoke, it's particularly nasty, and it was. So I was just glad that it started to behave itself. Rover Joe is, hey, I hear you wanted me. Oh, yes, Rover Joe. Thank you for joining me. Well done. Good. Right, sit down. Put your hat on, and I'm here. I was only saying I can't do messages at the same time as doing a live stream. So, you know, just join in. Just join in and press the thumbs up while you're at it, because we need as many of those as possible. And also, I filmed it myself. Ah, right. Good one. Nice one. See, that footage is yours to keep. Have you any suggestions what you can do with it? Dinosaur Dad, I'm using headphones out. I'm sorry about that. Ah, right. Okay. Robson Rover Repair, Happy New Year, big man. And a big virtual hug to my lovely Irish friend as well. Happy New Year to everybody else as well, if I haven't said it enough. Greggy Anderson. Greggy Anderson. Will you be going to the Allen Road car show in February? The 4th of February, I believe. Yeah, I will. And I'll tell you why. Because it is just... yeah, I'll come back to you in a bit later, Colin. I will definitely be going to that one because I just like it. And, of course, it is very, very close by. It's too close by to not go, isn't it? And it will be on a Sunday, because they always are. So, yeah, I'll be going. Will you be going? I'm sure you will. You've been there last time. You was there last time I went. Was you the time before? Don't know. Anyway, yes. Who else have we got now? Hello, Collins says, name me. Windy Miller, you should branch out into Saabs. That's not a terrible idea. A lovely 9.5 Estate has appeared in the street, and I'm a bit in love. And I like a Saab, and a 9.5 Estate is just, it's just a wonderful car. There are other cars. It does upset some people when I mention other cars, but I am not prepared to lie about it. I would love a Saab 9.5 Estate, or I would love a Volvo V70, or I would love a Mercedes Estate, an E-Class. Yeah, okay. I don't really want a BMW, and I don't want an Audi, and I don't want a Volkswagen. But the other ones I do want because they're good and I like them. Yep. Okay. Right. Thank you. Mods are talking again to each other. Hello, Colin. Is the live stream Friday night? Is the live stream? Oh, Colin's live stream. Look at this. We're up to 46 people. Live stream now. Yes. Yes. I don't know who that was. Sorry, I'm just reading out messages on Messenger as well, because obviously I get quite a few of those on the go, and it's just natural for me to, if I see it, I just read it out. So don't message me, don't PM me anything that you don't want me to read or don't think I should read, because I might just instinctively read it out, and that wouldn't be good. Have we finished with the dinner suggestions, by the way? I like the way it looks too, says Roberto. Thank you. And just to confirm, Robson Rover Repair is doing a live stream on Friday. And so it's going to be worth a look, isn't it? What time, though? Well, I mean, maybe some people will know. That's good, your live streams then, you're thinking ahead and you've got them planned days in advance. I did 15 minutes in advance and thought that'll do. People will be interested. They'll know all about it, won't they? Come on. Oh, right. So, Windy Miller, will you give the Freelander a clay bar? Well, yeah. I mean, I would do once it's all washed a bit more carefully. I would if I was more interested in if the mechanical stuff was sorted out. Then yeah, and it wants to go looking lovely to somewhere else. Then yeah, I would do. Yeah. But there are other more important things at the moment. I'm sure we'll all agree. Clay bar, will you give the Freelander a clay bar? Oh, clay bar. Yeah, right. Okay. That's that song again, isn't it? Dave Smith is talking, and he said, I thought I'd seen the best comedy duo, Mustard and Boaty. Boaty McBoaty face. Now I'm thinking, Mustard and Tommy Tit Turbo. Oh gosh. Well, it wasn't supposed to be a comedy duo, was it? It's just Tommy Turbo's just he's just a lad, isn't he? He's just a proper lad. He does laddish things. He's completely different to Boaty. But I like to get along with people, so I can get along with people. I don't find it difficult to be laddish sometimes. It's not that difficult. Rover Joe, it's been a nightmare. Right, hang on. Oh, it's been a nightmare, says Joe. The lower control arm bolts have snapped on my rear trailing arm. Yeah, I know. I sympathise with that because I know the trailing arms are just not a nice job to do. So much of not a nice job that when I needed mine doing on the car called Alfie, I didn't do it. I just got the garage to do it next door, and it was much easier. I recommend getting someone else to do that because it needs to be on the ramps, and it took two of them to do that. Oh, right. So, Hooked on Classics is here. That's Simone. Hello. Oh, Classic Wheels Wales. Classic Wheels Wales is here. Hello, Paul. Hello, humans. We're all humans on this live stream. At least most of us are. Robson Rover Repair. Saabs are truly brilliant brand. The older 00 and 00Z are absolutely fantastic. I adore them. A Line 93 cabbie for the summer of the year. The one I really like is the 95 personally, and then the older 900s. Not wrong with the Germans, says Name Me. Well, that rather depends. Mercedes definitely the best of the bunch, isn't it, really? Come on, let's admit it. Come on. Right. The way you're... yeah, you're right, actually. It looks like I'm a wizard with a hat on. I like that. Maybe I should acquire myself a wizard's hat. That would do well for these kind of things, wouldn't it? Oh, Carl Davis is here. Just Hello, it was me. What do you mean it was me? What was you? Was it you on the mods thingy, the mods chat? Windy Miller Saabs can be considered similar to Rover for what they're dead for a dead brand with a following. Yes, exactly. Though they haven't got a following for no reason. They've got a following because they made interesting and decent cars. That's why. Another one, please. I could do with an assistant here that just makes me cups of tea and then helps me wee. Hi, Mike says bad books, presumably talking to Classic Wheels Wales. Who's called Mike? Hi, Mike and Carl says Dinosaur Dad. Can we call you Dinosaur Dad any longer? I know you've abbreviated to Dino Dad. But can I still call you Dinosaur Dad? Because I'm going to be honest, I prefer that. And Mike says hello to people as well there. Stephen S. Paul is here. Hello, Mustard and everyone. Carl Davis. Right. My lower control arms were a pain. Had to be cut out and new. Yes. Hello. I like the look of the... Oh, hang on. I like the look of the Freelander. I have a Hawkeye code reader for the Land Rover if you want to borrow it to read some codes. Well, that might be quite useful, actually. Now, it was suggested that Boaty could come down with the P-scan because he still has that, and we could figure it out. The only thing is that although Boaty's quite kind of computer literate, his particular laptop didn't really like to stay switched on very long, and I just haven't got one. So yeah, could do if you happen to be around at some point reasonably soon before I end up sorting it out. So it's definitely going to be one of the injectors that's failed, but of course I don't know which one. Now, I don't think it's going to be that difficult to get to. All of the top of the engine looks different to what it does in the Rover 75, but the block's the same, isn't it? The TD5 is the M47 engine, isn't it? Oh gosh, am I really asking this question? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So as far as I know, the injectors should be exactly the same, and I have got some injectors. But anyway, I thank you for that. That's very kind. Bad Books, hello Simone. Box Fresh. I have a Saab, a 9.3 Turbo X. I used to own a 9.5 saloon. It was a great car. I also own a Mark 1 Mondeo. I've not driven a Mondeo for ages, actually. The Mark 1 Mondeo was I think the car that changed Ford, because they say the Focus was the car that changed things, but actually the Mondeo was a big step ahead from the Sierra, wasn't it? I'm sure we can all agree on that. And £5 has been bunged my way. £5, and that is from, although I haven't seen it pop up just yet, but it is from Classic Wheels Wales, and I know that because I just recognised the thingy there. And Mike, what a lovely, wonderful chap you are. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Very, very nice of you. I'm finding myself drawn to the late and early 2000s 900 Saab 3, says Name Me. Merc for comfort, BMW for sporty drivers, Audi for the uninspired. Right, okay, I'm going to say, yeah, sort of. Audi's for people who think they want sport, but actually they need a straight jacket. BMW are for people who want sport, but actually should probably slow down a little bit. And Mercedes for people who just appreciate cars that were put together properly in the first place. Now, obviously, build quality changed over the years. And going back into the 90s, Audi were good cars. Audi were much better cars than what they became. And the same goes for BMW. The same goes for Mercedes. It's just that Mercedes had charm as well. Although, BMW I quite like would be an E36. I actually saw a coupe on the A55 yesterday. It was very, very clean. I know it was a 328 or what it was, but I've not seen one for quite a long while. I thought, I do like that. Much prefer it to the E46. Say hi to Simone to me. Oh, okay. Does Johnny Two Scoops still own that lovely Mercedes 190? No, he doesn't. He sold it, didn't he? He'd been threatening to sell it, then he couldn't sell it, and every time I saw him, he's very much one of these people that cannot make his mind up. But he said, I don't know whether to sell it. Should I sell it? I don't want to. If I said to him, yeah, you should definitely sell it, he would say, oh, I don't think I want to. Or if it was, I really should sell it, but I don't want to, and I would say, yeah, to keep hold of it, and he'd say, I'm going to sell it. That's kind of what he's like. He's very, very undecided with these things, but now he has sold it, so it's out of his hands, and yours, if you wanted to buy it. Let's put a little love heart on that there for. Oh, hang on. No. Love from Mustard. Lol P scan. I never thought of it like that actually. TD4 is the same engine. The injectors are different. From the manifold. Oh, right. The TD4 Auto and the 75 spec diesel injectors all have the OEM, all have different OEM Bosch codes. Well, that kind of cocks things up a little bit. TD4 is the same engine. The injectors are different. Right. I see. Right. Okay. Right. Well. Yeah. Well, that's interesting again. What? Now that gives me another question then. The Rover 75 M47, do they have different injectors from the auto to the manual without? Anyway, so basically it means that I haven't got anything I can fix it with anyway. So I'm going to have to definitely find out the right one before I end up finding someone who's got some, aren't I? Thank you very much for that, Colin. It's very helpful. Dave Smith. You can buy a small Thai boy from Temu for £50. So you can keep him in the caravan and make tea all day. Do you know what? That's kind of left me not knowing what to say. Thank you very much for that, Dave. Windy Miller, he'll be very small if he's from Temu, like pocket size. Yeah, actually, you're right. Yeah. If you could buy a small boy from Temu, it would look like a superhero in the picture, and then when it turns up, it's that big and isn't even made of real flesh. It'd be made of plastic, and not even a decent grade plastic. So the idea of it making tea for you is going to be very much not going to happen. Yeah, I don't think I'll take that advice. TD4 is a BMW engine. TD5 is a Land Rover. I will get the codes read as soon as possible. That's very nice of you. Very nice. Dinosaur Dad, my Audi 100 is a great little solid tank. Now, the Audi 100, of course, is an older Audi, which were still a bit kind of interesting, like properly put together. And what year is that one? Just trying to think when the 100, that's an 80s car, isn't it? Audi used to be very nice, says Windy Miller. Elegant and understated cars. Absolutely, yeah. Then around 2015 or so, they decided to make more sporty, shouty stuff. I would say it was before then. Around 2003, around 2003, they seemed to be trying to appeal to the wannabe drug dealers and gangsters and stuff, and I kind of got the impression they thought, oh yeah, that'll do. Yeah, let's aim for these kind of people to buy our cars. Gosh, that's rather presumptuous, isn't it? Carl Davis, my F30 320 is an excellent car, fast, comfy and excellent on fuel. Yes. The 330. F30. F30? You mean E30? No, it's not an E30. Yours is an E46. No? Or is it? I thought you had an E46. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, prove it by bringing it up for me, Carl. Hooked on Classics. Hello, Diana Dad. Eric Middleton. Plimsolls are due for a comeback. Well, I mean, that's interesting that Eric should just pop in and just mention Plimsolls. I've never seen Eric on the live stream before, and that's exactly the kind of thing I like. Just to pop up, come up with something, you know, that really says something, really gives them a, gosh, just a rather big bang then. As it just occurred to me, I'm going to be locked in again, aren't I? Because the man next door will assume I'm not here, won't he? He'll assume I'm not here and basically lock the door behind him, lock the gate, and he'll kick it right the way across so I can't even get myself out. Then again, well, we'll see. I'll manage. I don't want to go, do I? Not yet. Anyway, thank you, Eric. Did you find out what's wrong with Fred? No, I didn't. Drove Joe says, I'm going to get the welder and the drill bolts and welder thread onto the bolt. That's the way to do it. So the new nuts. I'm just going to cut out the lower arm and have new ones. I'm not bothered. Hello, Jimmy Quinn. Hello, Jimmy Quinn. The early A6s were 100s. Same shape. 91. Yeah, I think maybe it's because they call them something else here. The early A6s were 100s. Plimsolls are 1970s. For 1970s PE teachers. Both hurt. Yes, they did. Yeah. I wasn't a bad boy at school, but I certainly know what it's like to get the slipper. Gosh. And yeah, I would actually suggest that one of the things that's missing these days is just a little bit of corporal punishment. Not that I want to hit people, but you know, I remember, you know, you did not dare be too cheeky because you was going to get a whack, and it taught you not to do too much of it again, didn't it? Windy Miller, the C7A6 was the last good-looking Audi. Everything after that was LED lit, big-wheeled, and over-styled monstrosity. That's the kind of thing I'm thinking. I need to drill some bolts out for the thermostat housing for my Kawasaki, says Simone. What I'm just going to quickly do is just have a quick walk around there and just check that nobody's in trying to steal the Golf. I'll be back in a second. Ow! Oh gosh, that doesn't feel nice. Ow! Making bones, making bones. I've got aching bones and aching legs. Got aching bones. I'm back, yes. Well, there's nobody there, but yeah, I am locked in. Gosh, imagine that. Now, imagine if I went back up there once I'd finished, tried to get myself unlocked from the yard, couldn't manage it, and I had to spend the night here. I could do a boating, just do a late night live stream and just have all sorts of fun. I'd have the perfect excuse. I'd call up the missus and say, I'm stuck, I can't get out of work. And she'd say, what do you mean you can't get out? Are you locked in? Yes, I am. I can't get out because the gate's been locked behind me and the padlock is on the other side. and it's impossible. So I'm going to have to spend the night in the caravan. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? And I could do a special live stream at the same time as Boaty does one, and we could be competitive. See who gets the most viewers. All right. Now the thing is, though, I know I can actually get out because I've done it before. And if it was a case of I couldn't get out, then I would have actually made sure that he knew that I was still here. But he might be thinking, I wonder why he's left that cable trailing under the lockup and the Golf's bonnet open. But he probably didn't notice. Or he might have just assumed I was just going to leave it there all night. I don't know. Anyway, that money appears to have gone up a little bit, actually. And it's because of Jimmy Quinn. And Jimmy Quinn has given me £2.99. Oh, Jimmy Quinn, you deserve a virtual hug for that. Thank you very much. What a lovely, super duper top chap you are. Thank you. Hello. Whoa. Right, hang on. Where did I get to there? It was. Yes, I see. Hooked on Classics. I hate LED headlights. Our history teacher would shout, "Duck!" as he threw a plastic duck. He was a dick. That's just well worded, that is. Anybody have teachers that threw blackboard rubbers about? The thing is, how I see it is, in schools today, all of the children are allowed to be kind of disruptive and naughty. Whereas when I was at school, the only ones that were disruptive and naughty were the proper bad kids. And I think the reason why we ended up with a different approach was because these bad kids ended up with no education. Because they were basically treated as bad children, and we needed to change that. But the trouble is, now all children are treated as just good children, including the bad ones, and the good ones then end up with being able to get away with stuff, not having the kind of discipline that they might actually need, and then having the bad children as a bigger influence on them anyway. That's what kind of I think. Although obviously I'm no expert on the matter, it's just an observation that if bad children are allowed to get away with things, rather than, I mean, you might think, well, it's not fair that they end up with no education because they're bad at school. But then isn't it even more not fair that the good children end up with no education as well because the bad ones are allowed to get away with it? I don't know. I agree with you on punishment. Look how Boaty turned out. No discipline. I don't know. I'm sure he was actually he probably had, I bet he had quite a few whackings, actually, come to think of it, as he was growing up. Windy Miller says, I think they've become quite distinct. Oh, distinct. BMW Barry's are big-faced Vauxhalls. Mercs look like they're melting, and Audis look like they're made from Lego. That's quite good. Steal the Golf. Steal the Golf. They'll never get in it. Well, the doors are unlocked, so yeah, they would do. Imp is here, and Imp 5011 is here and left a message and changed their mind. Oh, I'm ready for a nose click. Have you seen me do one of these before? Ready? No, I'm not. Got a really itchy nose. Barry shit peas, I think. I meant more of the whole sheetsy LED screen mobiles. Yeah. Cars with big displays everywhere. Yeah. It bugs me, it really does. I kind of got this a bit on film the other day, and it was kind of in a video that probably won't ever go anywhere, so I might as well just tell you. But I was behind a car that was driving at night time with no lights on, all the way down Wild House Lane, which has no lights. And the owner of this car drove all the way down there without realizing it. And how's that possible? Well, obviously, because of daytime running LED lights. come on with the ignition, you can just about see where you're going. Oh, that must be fine. Everything must be okay. And because the dashboard lights up, so you can see it in the dark even with the lights on. For some people, things like automatic lights are necessary. They're necessary because they won't think to do it themselves. And they won't think to do it themselves because of other things that have been put in place so they don't have to think, like daytime LED lights. And the only reason they're there is because of the amount of people that will drive around in the drizzle, in the snow, and that kind of light where you cannot see black or grey cars. And you can't see grey and silver and black cars in that low light during the day are really difficult to see behind you whilst you're on the motorway. You can't see them in the mirrors. So we'll put daytime running lights on, then you will be able to see them. But because they've done that, they don't know they haven't got their lights on, and then you can't see them from behind. And it's just staggering. And of course, the other thing as well, that the majority of cars these days are either grey or silver or black, but usually grey or silver, means that practically every car on the motorway you can't see unless they've got their lights on. But the other issue with this is that because you have some with daytime running lights on, which are a bit bright and a bit kind of glaring all over the place, the other grey ones that forget to switch their lights on, you can't see them even more so, because you're used to seeing things with daytime running lights on, you don't bother looking out. I think that the old health and safety thing with cars is only going to lead to people driving even worse than what they do right now, because they just don't need to put any kind of thinking practice into the job of driving a bloody car. Driving used to be fun. Actually, yesterday I did enjoy my drive because I was driving a proper car, an old car, obviously, an old 20-year-old, 21 years old this year is Nigel. It did all that mileage perfectly well without any issues, and it's a manual car. Everything you have to do yourself, and that's driving. Yes. Anyway, yes, so how did I get onto that? Don't know. Oh yeah, the point about gadgets everywhere. It's basically stuff that you don't need. Just either distractions. I'm thinking modern car, LCD display, all of the safety equipment that you could possibly need. There are people that have never driven a car that didn't have any of that stuff, will be properly relying on it in order just to go somewhere. And then the safety issue of when they get in a car that doesn't have any of those things, they're not going to know what to do. No, forget about that, because the ones that it appeals to aren't going to be interested anyway. So the people that can't really drive, haven't really any interest in it, are not going to drive a normal, ordinary old car in the first place. They just say, oh, they're not safe, those things. No, they're not safe for people who drive without paying any attention. That's a bit of a rant, wasn't it? Sorry about that. I love a lock-in, says Dinosaur Dad. So, do you do a live now? Huh? So you do live there now. What? What are you talking about? Stephen S. Paul is laughing at something. Everything hit chintzy now. It's like kids have just discovered fancy lighting. Yeah. Even Kia have gone sugar bright. Look at me lights. Oh, right, hang on. This message was held for review. See message. Dave Smith. What do I do? Do I show that? No, I might as well show it. I don't care. Show. Another moderator has handled this. What other moderator? Barry Shippies. Yep, all the while burning my retinas as they drive past. Yeah. Yep. Exactly, that one as well. Ratty Rex. Deputy head chemistry teacher was a crack shot with the chalk and pot rubber. You'd have to be, really, wouldn't you? You know, you imagine you're flinging it across the classroom and you hit the wrong child with it. That'd land you in some trouble, wouldn't it? I was the last person to get the cane. They threw a snowball on the playground. It hit a girl in the eye around 1986. Oh, that's mean of you. Oh gosh, the cane though. Cartober is here. I wish they looked like they were made from Lego. Little bouncy Volvos, they got maybe laughed Lego. They could get great. Yes. I'm a boy with a Volvo kick in the moment. I'm on a boxy Volvo kick at the moment, says. Can't stop thinking about 240. Now, normally for people with that they can't stop thinking about 240, a couple of the numbers are the wrong way round, aren't they? Dinosaur Dad, our Indian maths teacher, ran to school in his suit and trainers every day. Got some worst punishment. No one ever needed any help at the desk. We got the worst punishment. No one needed help at the desk. I'm sorry. I want a 240 estate. Yay! I want a 240 estate. I like to flash cars with rear lights. And Mrs. Miller and I guess how many times they have to flash back before they notice. Oh, right, I see. With no rear lights. Well, actually, it doesn't work, does it? It doesn't work. If you flash someone for something, you're going along. Somebody needs to draw their attention to something. You flash the light. They probably won't even notice. That's how numb some of them are. I've tried when you have cars coming the other way and there are no lights on, just flicking my lights off and on. Because they might look at you and think, that car's got no lights on. Oh, neither have I. Brilliant. But they don't. We do it again and you do it again. And the thing is, often you'll have a car going along with that, and the person in front and the person in front are all doing flashing the lights and nothing. I mean, that, if they don't get it after that, how are they even going to know if they've run something over? Eh? They're not, are they? It's not even like, oh, ignorance, sir. You can't blame ignorance for that, sir. No, you must have known. They probably genuinely didn't. They're that dim. Daytime LEDs are just as binding as usual lights. Bloody annoying. Well, blinding. Blinding. The school I went to was in the east end of London. I had the cane. I enjoyed his film Alfie. Oh, Michael Caine. Yes, of course. Mickey Stick with his. Oh, Mickey Stick isn't with us. No, he's still alive. He's just not joined the live stream. Well, I'm going to have to go in a bit. Look, I've done an hour and 8 minutes. I didn't really. I tried to stick to an hour, but it's just difficult to stop once you get going. You kind of just like it. 2004 Rover 25 for sale on Gumtree has a dent in the front wing. What a surprise! Cartober. The off and on headlamp flick is very courteous, and I like, but nobody knows what it means. Yes, right, exactly. They do seem to work it out. Some of them will take a while though. Yeah, usually wants to crash into something because it puts the flash on as well as the day. Ah, right. Right, anyway. Looks like I should go, doesn't it? Looks like I should say that's enough for one day. That's definitely enough. And I've got to find my way back up in the yard in the dark from the caravan. We are in a place where you just don't normally get to go. Now have a look at this. Just have a look. Look at the back window. And through the back window, I don't know if you can see that or not, what you can see are bricks. That's it, just bricks. That's how far to the back of the yard it actually is. We are in the yard's most back-endy point going. Nobody's been here before. And that's not true, because I have. I must have done. but not for a very long time. This is great. Does make me wish I could stay here all night. Would it be fabulous? One night, I might see if I can get the kind of permission off the wife to just spend the night out here alone in the caravan, and I'll do a really late live stream, and I'll do it a bit pissed as well, so that I can just be just a bit uninhibited. That would be fabulous. I've really talked myself into that. So, right, any more comments to read out before I go? Windy Miller says, I got my first producer from the PC Plod whilst driving without lights. That was in 1989 though, with no auto lights to blame. Yeah, well, yeah, because they didn't have them then, did they? Barry Shippeas, yeah, but some of them think it got all the auto lights just because DLRs are on. Too much tech is making people incredibly lazy, and that's why I just said that. It is 4:26 on the clock in Australia land. We're doing deep into the colon of HQ. I'm gonna have to ask if I can use. Can I use that in a video tomorrow, Windy Miller? I just think that's fabulous. Right. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate you being here with me today on this unexpected live stream. Roger's clock. Oh, right. Oh, I see. The clock. Ah, right. I see. Yeah. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for the donations as well. I mean, honestly, I don't do live streams hoping that I get some money, but it is fantastic when I do, because it just makes it all a bit more worthwhile. Of course, it's yours now. Thank you very much, Windy. What a chap. And I'll see you in the next one I do. And I'll see you in the video either tonight or tomorrow, depending on whether I get time to edit it, because the one for the next video is going to take quite a lot of editing. So, bye-bye. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon.